Hey Henry, I got a little story I want to tell you. It's about a cyclone and a good horse I had one time. His name was Roper. He was quite a horse. He was one of the wild bunch. I caught him out on the prairie one time and broke him with apples. Yeah, broke him with apples. Took me about a month. I want to tell you about this old cyclone. Me and old Roper's out on the prairie with a bunch of other cowpokes. We was herding some cows along. We seen a cyclone or a tornado or something way over on the horizon. That big cloud of dust. I didn't know what was going on. No, Roper, he spotted that cyclone. I knew he wanted to go chase it. I didn't want nothing to do with it, but he took off anyway, and I couldn't stop him. We ran that sucker almost all day, full out. Old Roper and I was both tired from the run when we caught up with it. I believe that cyclone knew what we was about to do, and it took off in the opposite direction, jerking up trees, tumbleweed flying in the air. One time it jerked out about a half mile, a 5-strand barbed wire fence, and it was just flying all over the place. We just dodged all that stuff and kept hard on the heels of that cyclone. Well, we finally chased this sucker till I thought old Roper was going to give plumb out. We got up close enough after a while, and I could throw a loop on that cyclone. Well, man, all hell broke loose. That thing leaped and bounced and bucked like the wildest bronc you ever saw. Finally, we wore it down enough that I could leap from the saddle like a wild thing and landed square on the back of that old cyclone. Ooh, man, what a ride that was. That thing jumped, bucked, spun like a demon, and just carried on awful. After about 8 or 10 hours of cleaning its back and spurring it and whipping it with my quirt, man, I was laying it on him. Finally, it gave up. I took that cyclone home with me, and every night after supper, I'd go out to the corral and feed it a few apples and work on training that sucker. At first, every time I climbed on its back, it'd try hard as it could to buck me off, but it couldn't do it. I was better than Pecco's Bill, believe it or not. I'd ride anything. At first, every time I back up, Dollar messed me up there. After about a month, I finally got it to where I could herd cattle and horses with it pretty good. It was pretty fast, even faster than old Roper was. After I got it trained to run, I could catch the fastest horse in just a few seconds. Every Saturday night, all those cowpokes would head into town for a night of whooping it up, you know, with the ladies and a few drinks, that kind of stuff. Well, I could catch the fastest cowpoke on the fastest horse and pass him and be in town an hour before any rest of them cowpokes got there. I always got my pick of the women that way. But anyway, I took it to Calgary Stampede one time, and I cleaned up on all the events, but I got disqualified. Old Roper, he tore up the whole arena and nearly killed several people. I rode the cyclone for many years, and finally one day we was chasing a full-blown tornado, and that old cyclone just quit on me. I guess he finally lost his wind. I never did forget that cyclone, but I never caught another one, even though me and old Roper, we'd chase him every time we got a chance, but Roper was getting older, and so was I. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That was a long time ago, before I met your dad, and when I was young and dumb, and I'd try anything once. Lots of hugs to you too, Dayzee. This is a letter I'm writing to Dayzee, Roy's daughter. Lots of lugs to you too, Dayzee, but I warned you. Everybody knows an old cowboy smells bad and he ain't got no teeth. January 23rd, 2013. That was back about 1972 when I was young. Adios.